In a bustling city, filled with the hurried pace of lives intertwined, there was a man named Thomas. He was an ordinary individual, yet within him burned an insatiable desire to learn, to grow, and to find wisdom. Stories of a famous Zen master, known for his profound teachings and unparalleled wisdom, had reached Thomas's ears. This master lived on an island far away, nestled among tranquil mountains and cherry blossom trees in Japan. Driven by determination, Thomas gathered his savings, bid farewell to the familiar comforts of his home, and set off on an arduous journey that would forever change his life. He traveled by train, by boat, and on foot, facing countless challenges along the way. After a year filled with hardship and anticipation, he finally set his eyes on the Zen master's humble abode, a simple wooden temple that radiated an aura of peace. Upon arrival, Thomas approached the Zen master, a man of few words but infinite presence. "Please, master, I wish to be your student. Teach me the ways of Zen," he implored earnestly. The Zen master regarded him with a serene gaze and nodded. "Very well, you may stay with me." Thus began Thomas's year of training. Each morning, the sun would rise, coloring the sky in hues of orange and pink as he awoke for meditation. Day after day, Thomas practiced mindfulness, yet he often found his mind wandering. While he sat in silence, the thoughts of his old life would flood back: his job, his desires, and the endless distractions of the world beyond the temple walls. Despite his earnestness, the teachings eluded him. He struggled with the simple tasks assigned by the master. He would sweep the temple grounds, but his thoughts would drift to the busy streets of New York. He would meditate under a sakura tree, but the chaos of his past would haunt his stillness. As the year waned, Thomas felt despondent. He sought the master's counsel one evening, voicing his frustration. "Master, I have followed your instructions diligently, yet I feel no closer to enlightenment. I fail to grasp your teachings and believe I have wasted my time here." The Zen master listened patiently, his eyes reflecting the twilight glow. "You have worked hard, Thomas, but have you truly been present?" he asked. "I am here, aren't I?" Thomas retorted, feeling a flicker of indignation. The master smiled gently. "Being physically present does not equate to being mentally present. Let each moment unfold, without clinging to the past or fearing the future." Determined to prove his worth, Thomas dedicated himself anew. He immersed himself in every task with focus, from the tiniest chore to the vast stillness of the forest surrounding them. He learned to drink tea with mindfulness, appreciating the warmth of the cup and the aromas rising to greet him. He practiced walking meditation, feeling the earth beneath his feet with each step. Weeks passed, and yet Thomas felt a growing frustration. The barriers he had erected around himself still loomed, casting shadows over his path toward enlightenment. One day, compelled by a mix of anger and despair, he confronted the master. "You say I must be present, yet I feel less than ever. I cannot find the clarity you speak of." The Zen master regarded him for a long moment, then invited him to a nearby pond. The waters shimmered with the reflections of trees and the sky above. "Look closely at the pond, Thomas. What do you see?" "I see the sky and the trees," he replied, bewildered at the question. "Now, throw a stone into the pond," instructed the master. Thomas followed the command and tossed a pebble into the tranquil waters. Ripples spread across the surface, distorting the reflections initially observed. "Now look again," said the master. "Everything is moving and wavy," Thomas observed. "I can't see clearly." The master nodded. "Just like the pond, your mind is disturbed by thoughts and desires. When you are not present, your clarity is marred. To find insight, you must still the waters of your mind." Thomas stepped back, the understanding dawning slowly upon him. The journey of self-improvement lay not in racing to perfect his understanding, but in allowing the natural flow of life to guide him. With renewed determination, he entered a deeper state of practice. Instead of forcing his thoughts away, he welcomed each one, acknowledging its presence without attachment. He learned to observe his mind like watching clouds float by in the sky, there, but not meant to be clung to. As the seasons changed, so did Thomas. He found joy in simply being, breathing in the crisp air of the mountains and delighting in the lightness of existence. He engaged with his surroundings, sensing the life within every blade of grass and the energy of the trees swaying in the gentle wind. He discovered the beauty of the present moment, free from judgment and fear. Finally, when the year came to a close, Thomas sat before the Zen master, a sense of tranquility enveloping him. "Master, I can feel the change within me. I no longer chase enlightenment. I simply allow it to be." The Zen master smiled, pride emanating from his wise gaze. "You have learned well, young seeker. True understanding arises not from relentless pursuit, but from gentle acceptance. You see now, we are all mere ripples upon the surface of the pond, shaped by the currents of inner peace." With a heart full of gratitude, Thomas prepared to depart. He bid farewell to the master, carrying within him an experience that transcended words. His journey back to New York was not filled with trepidation or yearning for what he had left behind. Instead, he walked with purpose, a newfound awareness guiding each step. As he settled back into his life, he exuded a calm wisdom that inspired those around him. He became a beacon for others, teaching them to pause, to breathe, and to appreciate the beauty of the present moment. Conversations became sacred exchanges. Coffee breaks turned into moments of connection. Years later, reflecting on his journey, Thomas realized the essence of his training. It was never about grinding to obtain knowledge, but rather about learning to embody presence. It was a dance of letting go and allowing life to flow through him, unscripted and overflowing with wisdom. So, dear friend, as you walk your path in life, remember this: balance is key. In moments of laughter, be light like a child. In times of turmoil, be the stillness that waters the looking glass of clarity. Embrace your humanity with grace. In letting go, you will find the wisdom to navigate the ever-changing nature of existence. Move through life not as an endless pursuit, but as a beautiful journey. Every moment a drop in the vast ocean of being, shimmering with possibility and the promise of growth.